We zijn terug op het oorlogskerkhof in Margraten, waar we dus vanaf 3 uur de krans gaan leggen ter nagedachtenis van de 8.301 Amerikaanse soldaten die hier begraven liggen. Het zal gebeuren door koning Willem-Alexander op deze plek hier achter me, en hij doet het samen met Pete Hoekstra, de Amerikaanse ambassadeur. Op een moment in een maand dat we ook 75 jaar bevrijding van Nederland vieren. En die 75 jaar bevrijding komt eigenlijk samen in de persoon van de ambassadeur. Want Pete Hoekstra werd geboren in Groningen, immigreerde op 3-jarige leeftijd naar de Verenigde Staten en is nu al enkele jaren dus de vertegenwoordiger van Amerika hier in Nederland. Very nice that you're able to talk to us on this busy day. First of all, on a day that we commemorate the fallen American soldiers, thank you.
Well, thank you. The Dutch are phenomenal partners in taking care of the graves in this very special place. The Dutch are great friends.
Yeah, and in that sense, the respect is something that we always recognized. In 2005, 15 years ago, President George Bush was here. Were you here as well?
I was here. Yes.
What do you remember from that day?
The rain. Het was niet een mooie dag. Het was wel wat koud, but no, it was full. The cemetery was full with people.
En hij zei, I slept as a log. En dat is Texaans, hè? Ik heb geslapen als een blok, als een os, als het ware.
And no soldier as strong as a soldier who fights for that freedom.
Nou, dit is het bed van president Bush. Daar heeft president Bush geslapen.
Aan de voorkant stonden 2 IPR-tanks, die stonden in visgraten, stonden die opgesteld met links en rechts zandcontainers ernaast, zodat niemand met een autobus de oprit op kon rijden en in één keer kon doorrijden. En hij had 2 auto's, die leken hetzelfde op elkaar. Het was, we wisten niet de eerste of de tweede. En hij reed zijn auto binnenterrein op van de pachthof. En op dat moment gingen plus minus, ik denk een stuk of 30 beveiligers met de rug naar de auto toestaan in een cirkel eromheen. En ze gaven elkaar allemaal om en om een knipoog tot aan de laatste en die deed de deur pas open.
Buitengewoon. Echt de Zwitser met tranen in de ogen.
Toen Bush uiteindelijk wegging, alle medewerkers stonden dus voor het hotel. Toen kwam hij naar mij toe en ja, hij hoeft ook niks te zeggen, maar hij zegt, your egg was perfect. Als Bush geen ei had gerust, dan hadden we een probleem gehad.
A special time. Every time that the leaders of our country get together with the leaders of the Netherlands, it is always a special time. There's a special bond between our 2 countries.
Yeah? Holland was the first one to recognize the United States after the Declaration of Independence. It may come back on moments like this?
Yes, and you help finance our War of Independence. So yes, there are lots of bonds going way back in time.
Okay, let's talk about the American cemetery, the place in Margraten where we are right now. When you saw it the first time in 2005, what kind of an impression did it make on you?
Well, it's the same impression that you have today, and you come back every time.
Mm-hmm.
This is a special place. These are men and women who are in a foreign country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were willing to sacrifice their lives for what America was fighting for, but also to liberate, in this case, the Netherlands, but to liberate a continent and bring back freedom.
Mm-hmm. That thankfulness was also something obvious on display in September of last year when 4 veterans visited this place. What do you think was the impression that this cemetery made on them?
Well, when they come, they remember their friends who didn't go home. Okay, that's, and they sometimes feel guilty. Okay, because they went through the war and they saw their friends, their buddies, get killed. And you know, so it's a very emotional time for them, you know, when they come, because they may not know, you know, this specific person, but they knew somebody just like that.
Lately, the relationship between the Netherlands and Europe and the United States is not like it used to be. Let's say like
exactly like it used to be.
What's your view on that friction lately?
Well, no, you take a look at exactly what we do today, okay? Economically, you are the fourth largest investor in the United States. We are the first, we are the largest investor in the Netherlands. We are working side by side to defeat this corona crisis. Janssen Pharmaceuticals, you know, they received a bunch of money from the United States for a vaccine. Sure, there are things that, you know, in any relationship, in any friendship, there are always tensions, but to say it's not like what it was before isn't accurate. You know, there are men and women who interact with each other each and every day. These relationships keep getting stronger every day.
And a bond there is, but at the same time, of course, your president says NATO may be obsolete.
Yeah, but NATO is obsolete as America continues to pay 3.8% of our total GDP to NATO. We are committed to NATO. What the president is saying is we are committed to NATO as long as Europe is committed to NATO. If Europe is not committed to NATO, then, you know, then maybe the United States will pull out, but not if Europe is committed to NATO. We will be right there. We will be there with NATO, okay. And we are.
And that's good to know on a day like this.
Yes.
Shall we walk to the grave that's adopted by the Kurz family?
Yeah. Last year, they found the dog tags of the soldier that they adopted, and they found it on the 75th anniversary, the exact day that the plane had crashed.
The Netherlands remembers, so that none of our heroes over there ever really dies.
In september vorig jaar hebben ze de dogtag van onze soldaat gevonden. Die is daar gecrashed met zijn vliegtuig en die dogtag heeft daar in de grond gezeten, 75 jaar. Door iemand uit het zoekteam, die heeft hem teruggebracht naar de States. Ja, naar de jongste broer van de soldaat, die nog leeft. Die is nu 83.
I still remember I was down the street playing with some kids and my mother called me home.
To call his younger brother and say, look what we found this afternoon. Very, very special.
Very special.
Yeah.
Okay, and here they are.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you. You know, and as we said, right here you see what adopters do. They lay the flowers, they read the name, Orville Journey. They have the picture, faces of Margraten, and the adopters. What a great way to remember and to continue, is like you said, this is your son, and you love him as a son.
Yeah.
And America is thankful.
And there the plane rested for.
Zo is de Kurz-familie dus één van de families die hun verhaal vertelt over hun graf, hun geadopteerde Amerikaanse soldaat. Maarten Vossen is ook zo iemand uit Heerlen. 13 jaar was hij toen hij voor het eerst in aanraking kwam met zijn Amerikaanse soldaat. Het werd een obsessie bijna, een hele grote interesse. Marijn Poels maakte er een reportage over, een mooie documentaire, Ageless Friends, van Maarten Vossen op weg naar zijn soldaat en de familie uit Morgantown, West Virginia.